All right, here we are, homework 4, Internet Web and Tech. Let's get started. All right, we're going to take a look at the code first. So we first include that we're in the HTML document. This is for the first question. We make a var array. This is our array input values. We make two different var data types, a face1 and a face2. We use a for loop that extends x to 36,000, incrementing by 1. Each iteration of the for loop, we do the roll die method, which is right down here, and it's off of the math random from 1 to 6. So we roll the die, and then the total, we add up face1 and 2. And then we also have our output results method, which is right here, which is us just outputting the results for each roll of the die and what we get. So the actual output of this is right here. We get the sum of the die and the total times rolled in the die. All right, let's move on to question 2. Here's the code. For his homework for question 2, first we do a CSS style right over here. We declare that table's width is 10 and the text align is center for TH. Here we have our actual types. We have var, post H, pos H, var, pos T, and we also have a new array of 70 allocation event, elements. We also have a var intervalid and a race counter equals 0. We use our for loop. It goes up until track's length, and then we store whatever I is into track's array, and we output track as well. The output array functions are in right down here. It's just us outputting the array depending on what we get. So if we get the position for the tortoise, we'll output T. If we get the position for H, we'll output H. If we get both, we'll output ouch. Here is the update clock. We keep calling our moved position for the tortoise and move position for the hare methods. And then we keep checking if the position is greater than T, 70, then this equals 70. If this is greater than 70, this is 70. Our function is race start right here. We start off the race with the string with the document right bang and they're off, and we start calling in our output array to the parameter track. This is our move post. We use the math floor and a couple if branches to move the position of the tortoise. This is the same thing, but now we're moving the position of the H. This is from the math floor math random, depending on what value we get from I is what we get here. This is the race ends method, which we declare, we see who won, and then this is the ending. All right, so now let's see what the question looks like. Here we go. Bang, they're off, and here we have the output. And then we see the hair wins. Yuck. All right. So off to question 3. This is the PHP question. So we start off the expression. We start off our PHP statements. We have our states in here. These are our states. We make our state array, and I use the explodes function. For what's here in the explodes function, we say for each state in the states, we use our if branches to assign the states into the array. And once you have the states assigned into this PHP array, here we are printing out each state, echo, 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 and then these are the states that are printing out. Here are the states that print out after we put them into the array. Boom, Texas, Kansas, Massachusetts, Alabama, Mississippi. All right, moving on to homework 4. Here we're checking out our post and our emails to make sure the email is the pattern. This is our email button. This is our post. Here we see if our email is equal to the pattern we set. If it's not, we say invalid email. If it is, we say valid email. Here we are actually making the email submission type in our HTML doc. So we have our first PHP doc that ends up to here, and then our HTML doc that's right here. If we look at the execution of this, here we put our emails. Let's say I put my email, valid. If I put garbage, invalid. All right, question 5, here we go. Here we're connecting to our SQL local root, and we're posting what we need to post from URL table. If we do not have a URL table, we create one. This is us creating the actual data, like the SQL schema. This is us connecting and selecting our database that we want to go connect to, and then us posting a URL and description along with it. This is the rest of the schema. We can actually select a query from our URL table, which will present. And yeah, we also use a while loop here to first check if I is less than num. If it is, we're running all of this. If it's not, then we stop. This is the end of our PHP doc. This is the end from right here for our div and HTML doc. All right, and this is our execution. We have our URL and our description. Yep. All right, let's see how much time we got. We're at about 5 minutes. Okay. All right. So that was a short one, but glad we got it done. All right. Thank you, Professor.